Hello everyone, hope you liked this comparison video of my 3 snare drums using different kind of dampers. So in the top right corner of this video you can choose your favorite one and you can explain to me why you prefer this one in the comments section. So to record these samples I have used my 2 top snare microphones, which are a Soundtronics HTC1 cardioid condenser microphone. Then I have my dynamic microphone, which is a Biodynamic M88 microphone, and it is an hypercardioid microphone. For the bottom microphone, I was using a Biodynamic M201. This is also an hypercardioid microphone, dynamic microphone. As other heads, I was using AKG C214, and I have also in front of the drum kit my room stereo setup microphone, and this is 2 Shure SM57. So let's talk a little bit about the 3 snare drum I am using in this video. So first of all, we have this very beautiful and very heavy Trick Drums USA 14 inches by 6.5. The shell is made of brass and this is 3 millimeter thick. This is my personal favorite because the sound is really bright and crisp, full of attack. Still, it's a little bit warm, so it's not like just super bright and annoying bright, you know. And this is a really beautiful one that also use perfectly the wires. So currently I have these very beautiful wires from Sabian. It's made of carbon in the center and brass here, if I am correct. This is a 42 strands snare wires, and with this snare drum you have a little bit of sustain out of the wires, and this is really good. And if you want a little bit more, you can do it very easily with this amazing trick throw-off that has a different position. And this is, amazing. Really, it is my preference from all the different snare drums that I have. And it is very, very good with a little bit of damping. So these dampers from Snare Weight, I am using 2 of them in this snare drum most of the time, and it is even better with a little bit of damping because then I have a little bit more attack. A lot of people think that more damping means less high frequencies and less attack, but sometimes they don't cut a lot the high frequencies and they just make the stroke tighter, and so it is just cutting a little bit more. But this snare drum doesn't need so much damping, you know, and it is very rewarding with this tuning, which is kind of medium-high. Very rewarding because the loud stroke are very loud, the rim shots are super powerful, but still controllable, and the ghost notes are still, a bit loud and they cut through the mix. So the dynamic range is very usable with a medium-high tuning, and this is definitely the tuning I prefer with this snare drum. So then I was also using this one, and this is a Worldmax 14 inches by 8. The shell is also made of brass, but this time it is 1.3 millimeter only. So because it is a bigger snare and because the shell is thinner, this one is darker than the Trick Drums USA. And this is what I wanted with this snare drum, something that I can tune pretty low with a dark sound. You can see that I have the same wires on this snare drum than on the Trick Drums USA. And I wanted this snare drum to play pop music, classic rock, or some kind of heavy stuff, but also dark music such as black metal. And I am using this one a lot on black metal music with the ring dampers, because with the ring dampers it is very, very dry, it has a lot of attack, and you can process the sound a lot. But even without damping, it's really working. And I really like also to use this with the full drumhead dampers, because then it is just a very fat sound. So this snare drum in the video is tuned like medium low, let's say, but I can tune it even lower or I can tune it higher. It is working So it's working at a lot of different tuning. It is working with a lot of different kind of dampers. And so that means that with this single drums, you can achieve a lot of different sounds. And considering the price of such a snare, it's a super, super good deal. The only thing with this snare drum is that you have to be careful about the tuning. It doesn't stay in tune perfectly. And the throw off is also not super, super good. But considering the price and the sounds you can have out of this snare drum, it's really, really good, to my opinion. And finally, I have this snare drum, which is a pearl Masterworks. The shell is made out of wood. It is 12 plies, 4 inner plies of birch and 8 outer plies of mahogany. Because it is a wood shell, the sound is definitely warmer and you have nice sustain that is coming out of the shells. So the strokes can be a little bit bigger than with the brass snare drums. This one, I really like it also with a ring as damper, because then it is like so much attack out of this snare drum, because it is also smaller. So this is really like the dampers that I prefer on this snare drum. It can work with just some light dampers such as this snare weight, but with the ring it is just so much more attack, and it is so great for extreme metal music, this one, that I am probably going to use this one a lot, especially because also it's very light and it is small, so it is very practical and I can take it on the flight without any struggle. And I can't say the same for this one, which is going to be impossible or nearly impossible to take during a flight. So on this snare drum I am using the flesh hoop hack, which is basically you take a flesh hoop out of a drum head and you put this extra flesh hoop on the top of the one of the drum head you are using, and then you put the hoop of the snare drum, and it is going to then to rise the hoop of the snare drum. But you can see that on this snare drum it is rising the drum hoop a lot. So I am going, next time I change the drum head, to remove the flesh hoop, the additional flesh hoop on this snare drum, because it is just too much, you know. I have the flesh hoop fitted on this Worldmax, and it is rising a little bit the drum hoop, and this is great. This is definitely working on this snare drum. The flesh hoop hack also adds some attack on this snare drum, which definitely needs some more attack because the shell is so big that otherwise the attack is not so great on this snare. And I've tried this flesh hoop hack on the very heavy Trick Drums USA snare drum, and it just wasn't working at all. So I hope you guys liked this video. If you liked it, please give me a thumb up and share this video. Take care and see you next time. Cheers.